Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, National Championship Game Recap Edition. And now we got a gentleman right over here who's excited to know that the Hoosiers Kurt Cinetti did something that basically no one else has ever done. Here's Douglas!
I mean, yeah, it was historic, Stu. There's no doubt about that. What a season. What a season.
It is what a season. What a season indeed right over here. And now we got a gentleman right over here who's trying to go to NCAA college football video game edition to see, can he make another team be like the next Kurt Cinetti? Here's Christopher.
Oh, sorry, sir. I don't really play video games, but
what?
Yeah, I have a PS4. I'll probably buy a PS5 once Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, but that's besides the point. I'm just happy that the Hoosiers did it. Perfect 16-0 season and back Big Ten championships for college football. So good job to the Big Ten.
Good job. Good job for the Big Ten. And I guess we'll probably talk about it. We'll make this is probably going to be a quick podcast right over here, gentlemen. We're going to talk about the game of the national championship. Gentlemen, what was your thoughts on the Miami Hurricanes Hoosiers game? They won this game 27-21. We're not surprised about the outcome. I mean, we both picked, me and Christopher did pick Indiana to win this game. I think everybody and their mother is going to win this game. Though, I will say, when I watched ESPN, why did Nick Saban pick up Miami?
So there are 4 analysts or 5 analysts on ESPN, and 4 out of the 5 picked the U to win. The only person that picked the Hoosiers was Mr. Pat McAfee.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, Pat McAfee, that made sense. But I'm like, Saban? I'm more casual in these football games, but I'm like,
maybe Saban's not a fan of the Big Ten, and he just wanted.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not. He was sounding really upset. I don't know if you guys saw, but he was saying how basically how it's not fair now that the SEC doesn't have every advantage possible. Like Saban sounded like an SEC absolute whiny little baby. No other way to put it.
Yeah, speaking about Saban, I don't know if he said it today or in the past few days, but I saw someone today that he spoke about it, saying like, this NIL stuff is pretty crappy. It's creating an unfair advantage because what person in their right mind would want to go up north to play for Michigan, or go to Columbus and play with Ohio State, or go to Indiana and play for the Hoosiers? People are obviously going to have to be paid money if they want to play in any Big Ten. Well, Big Ten, the original Big Ten schools, not the Big Ten teams out west.
And Saban's gonna try to sit there and tell me that Alabama didn't pay anybody. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Coach O for LSU. I don't know if he was on that Bussin' with the Boys with Taylor Lewan's podcast. And he was like, what's the biggest difference between now and back then? He's like, well, now, instead of just taking the money through the back door, you can walk through the front door. He's like, that's the difference now. Like, get out of here, Nick Saban. Don't act like every SEC team wasn't doing this already.
Yeah, let's be honest. And, like, they are always doing it. It's just, it was always in the back door. Or, it always stinks because it's like, for instance, like I always think about the tattoo scandal with Ohio State. Now it would never be a scandal now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Reggie Bush would have never lost his Heisman Trophy.
Yeah. And I'm glad he got his Heisman back. I'm just saying, I think, you know what? I'm loving the NIL era. Because let's be honest, who would have thought that Indiana, with Kurt Cinetti going to dynasty mode right now, that was the thing on Twitter. They were like, man, Kurt Cinetti did the real-life dynasty mode.
I mean, basically, but now we'll see if they can sustain it, which there's no reason to think that they can't. I mean, they obviously have the Heisman winning quarterback. Is he going to just be able to replace the quarterback every year? Like, is he at that level of coach already?
Yeah, the only thing is his brother Mendoza is going to Georgia Tech now.
Exactly. Yeah, they got another transfer portal quarterback from TCU this year. So we'll see how he works out for him.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I guess we can probably talk about the one thing. We got to do a eulogy. Miami can't do anything in this game. Granted, the Miami Hurricanes, they fell up short. Probably exceeded their expectations, I will say this. I don't think anybody thought that Miami, for being a bubble team, let's be honest, they were a bubble team because it was going to be them or Notre Dame to make it to the playoffs. And for them to be a bubble team and make it to the finals, good for them.
Something that I found funny was I also saw a lot of Miami fans complaining about the average age of Indiana's team. But like Carson Beck has been a college football player, I think since Malachi Toney was 11 years old. I saw today. Carson Beck has been playing college football. So it's like why are these down south teams such hypocrites? Like y'all have old players. Carson Beck, great career. I mean, they thought maybe last year was going to be the number 1 overall pick, I think, and then he just kind of wasn't quite consistent enough. But he had a heck of a season, like you mentioned, Stu. Like to get them all the way to the title game here.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Beck did get the Carson Beck interception at the end. Let's be honest. I was like, oh, where's that interception for Carson Beck? Oh, that's the interception at the end of the game. That's that Carson Beck interception. But you know what? Good for you, Miami. You made it a lot farther than what your expectation. I mean, it sucks that you didn't win the national championship. I mean, it happened to us as Buckeyes fans. It happened to you as Michigan fans. It happened to you Miami fans in 2003. But hey, you made it a lot farther. Like, let's be honest. Like, if Notre Dame went before Miami, they would not make it to the Final Four. Let's be honest. They would not make it to the national championship. I think they probably.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that, but that's a take, Stu.
I'm just saying. I don't think Notre Dame would have. At best, they probably win 1 game.
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, I said before in the very first college football video that I thought Notre Dame did have enough talent to win the entire thing. But Miami made it all the way to the finals. So, but you can't tell me that Notre Dame wouldn't have been better than Alabama still.
Yeah. I mean, it's still, like, true, but still. But like I said, we already kicked that dead horse already. So, but we got to talk about Miami right over here for the Hurricanes because, like, you know what? Good for you for making it far. We'll see if they can do better. I mean, what do you think, Christopher? Do you have any thoughts on the Hurricane?
I was trying to look up where Carson Beck is projected to go in the NFL draft. Some sources are saying the 6th round. So it's not like, I mean, a great job and hats off to him to leading, the Hurricanes to a 14-2 season, being the 10th seed and making it to the national championship game. I mean, that was a close one. Yeah, sir. You mentioned he threw that interception, but in the heat of the moment, when you're down by 6, you got to throw a deep pass to get the ball moving. But yeah, besides that, will you be back next year? I'm not sure what they're doing quarterback wise. I didn't really look it up because obviously Carson Beck, there's no way he's going to come. Like, I don't think he's eligible to play any more years because he's been in college football for 6 or 7 years. So yeah, get him out of there and on to his next story in life.
Oh, no. We need another year of Carson Beck.
If I'm not mistaken, he made more this year to play at Miami than he would have if he went to the NFL last year.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is for most quarterbacks. They if they were to stay like Shedeur Sanders, if he would have stayed and played one more year at college ball for Colorado, he would have made more than his rookie contract. Not all combined, but in his rookie year. So it's just. Yeah, like we were talking about NIL, that's another thing that is like, okay, would these kids rather make more money playing college or go to the next step in your life and go to the NFL and possibly not make as much money as you would by staying in college? So there's ups and downs to the NIL, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. The Hurricanes are finished with a record of 13-3, not 14-2. Yeah, hats off to the Hurricanes being a double-digit seed and. Yeah, beating Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and then let's see who else did they beat to get to the. That's right, Ohio State. I forgot about that.
Yeah. You should have forgot about that game. Worst New Year's game ever. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you guys should really stop playing on New Year's Eve.
Yes, stop playing on New Year's Eve.
All right.
I am triggered by New Year's Eve. Like, why?
Assuming so, my only comment about Ohio State, assuming they will make the playoffs next year.
Well, they will.
If we play on New Year's Eve again,
yeah, I don't know that you guys will. Have you looked at your schedule next year? I just saw it today, and you're at Texas, at Indiana. There was 4 ranked teams you're on the road against, and 2 or 3 at home. Like it's not a lock. You guys are losing. Did you see how many players entered the transfer portal for Ohio State still?
I know we got 2 defensive guys from Alabama, so that's pretty cool.
I would say, Ohio State will be good, but I don't think in this NIL that you can just say every year they're just automatically in the field. I mean, how deep the Big Ten is right now.
I'm just saying we can still make it in there.
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't make it, but you're just saying, we'll definitely be there. There's a difference.
It's going to be an uphill battle.
Ball State, Kent State. Oh, Indiana, that'd be a fun one. Iowa
at
State.
Indiana, you guys play at Texas. You play, I think, at Oregon. It's not just an automatic. We're winning all these games.
The Trojans. Oh yeah, the Trojans.
At USC next year, I think too. Yeah.
The Duckies are coming here. We're gonna beat the Duckies. But also, weird fact. On FBS scheduling, random website. Why did you say TBD on the Michigan Wolverine? You know what that date is. Come on, man. Come on. Don't give me. We know it's going to be the final. It's the Thanksgiving weekend. That Saturday. Let's be honest. I know.
It's always at noon.
It's always at noon. It's always at Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving Day on that Saturday. So, interns, you need to do better. Just saying. But anyway, back to, I guess do we have any final thoughts on the Miami Hurricanes?
Congrats on living such a life of luxury, Carson Beck. I mean, he's dating I don't know exactly what her profession is, but I don't know if she's an OnlyFans model. I'm not too sure, but living in downtown Miami, driving fancy cars, dude is living life large. I guess congrats on that. Congrats on the good season.
Well,
he's not dating that one girl that they always that they've been showing on TV. Her name's Bella Danger. She's
yeah. A corn
he's not dating her?
He's not dating her, right?
I think he is. I thought he was. Oh. I can't keep up with it, but that's my understanding.
Yeah, she's a porn star. It depends on how you view things, either a step above or a step below OnlyFans. I don't know how you guys perceive things.
Yeah, it's still weird. That was the funniest thing. I was listening to podcasts and all that stuff. Everyone's like, "Oh, I never heard of it. You gotta Google it." It's like, come on. But anyway, but I will say, good for you, Carson Beck. You made it this far. This is probably gonna be your best in college. We'll see how you do in the NFL. It's gonna be fun because we're gonna probably do the NFL draft recap once we get into April, gentlemen. I think that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it should be.
Like I said, a couple years ago, we just decided to do who's going to be bust, good and bad. I might need to look that up just to say, I think we might have Caleb Williams as a bust, Mr. Theodore.
Possible.
I mean, sir, I've said this for the past, I should have started counting track how many podcasts I've said this in a row. I don't consider him a bust. I've only said great, as of this season, I've always said great things about him. So I don't know why you keep saying "Oh, Chris, are you ever gonna apologize? You keep saying he's a bust." No, sir, I don't consider him a bust. He's done great things for the Bears organization this year. They were 12-5 this year. They were 11-6 this year. 5-12 last year. So last year, not the greatest of seasons, but yeah.
Look at this. I looked it up. I looked up the draft board 2024. I got the receipts. And you said a bust.
I did say that in 2024, so I 100% agree with that.
But when he had a rough rookie season, I think he continued to agree with that.
Fun fact, I did
the entire 2024 NFL season. I agreed that he was a bust, but then he turned the tides this season. Caleb Williams did amazing things.
I'll say, Stu, are you going to apologize to Daniel Jones? I feel like you could do a 2-hour podcast and apologize to Daniel Jones if that's the route we're going.
Yeah, maybe I will.
You need to apologize to all of your friends in that group chat saying "Oh yeah, this is the year for the Cowboys. We're going to win the Super Bowl." That never happened.
Yeah, Stu. Talk about terrible takes, golly.
Yeah, right.
We got interview a defenseman for the Eagles. I don't care. He's coming to the good side.
Speaking about the side, how about the Hoosiers 16-0 this season?
Yeah, so this is this is a crazy stat. I didn't realize. I was listening to the Squid Tart podcast and read And apparently, even though they won a national championship, the Hoosiers, on record to bowl games, they still have a losing record in their whole entire Hoosier program.
I mean, see, they have the most losses in NCAA history. I don't think that's a shock.
Yeah, I mean, what they finished 16-0 this season. I think 13-2 last season, or 12-2. Because I know Cignetti only has 2 losses over his 2-year career as a Hoosiers head coach. So yeah, like they're 12-2 last season. If it was that 16-0 this season, that means that roughly they're 28-2 over the course of 2 seasons. They're not going to turn their program history-wise in 2 seasons.
Let's be honest. I think Curt Cinetti is going to get a statue. I don't care. At the end of the year, I don't. It's going to be in February. They're going to put a statue of Curt Cinetti right there, and they're probably
as they should. Like, this is one of the most wild stories of all college football history.
We've never had a year where a team that literally has been dog shit for years upon year. Douglas, you're a Michigan man. When you played against Indiana, you're never like, oh my God, I'm so scared we're going to play against the Hoosiers.
Not until last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, that changed everything. I cannot say that now. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch the Ohio State. Christopher, would you want to go, if you had the money and time, would you want to go to the Indiana Ohio State game?
Is that in Indiana or is that in Columbus?
I think it's in Indiana this year.
Well, if I had the money, I would do it, but those tickets are going to be expensive. I mean,
$400 for nosebleeds.
Say what?
It's probably gonna be $400 for nosebleeds.
Oh, okay. I thought you said $100. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be way higher than that. $400. I can envision it. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the schedule right now. I'm not sure if they have the dates out, but if that's a midseason game, I know Doug said that the Buckeyes might have an uphill battle this season. So, but if it's a midseason game, both teams are 4-0, 5-0. We could be looking at a 1 versus 2 matchup. These are just hypothetical scenarios. Yeah, those tickets will be pretty expensive. And even if it's not undefeated, just anywhere Ohio State goes, for the most part. And then you have the reigning champions. Yeah, the prices are still going to be astronomical.
Yes, they are. But I should show you a good a good thing from. Thank you, Mr. Tree, Mr. Urinating Tree, right over here. He had this great, funny Mario style thing of Mr. Mendoza getting that touchdown right over here. Did you see this play right over here, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah. Might have been the play of the game.
Yeah, play of the season. That was amazing.
Yes, this is going to be a statue right here. Number 2 is going to be a statue of this play.
Statue.
Nope.
That's 100%. That's going to be a statue. Just that play.
Man, so with statues. We got going for Cignetti now. Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, I think it's going to be one for Cignetti and one for Mendoza. Just doing that dive.
I mean, if I was a Hoosier fan, absolutely. My goodness. Harbaugh will get one up, of course, because he won a national title. I think any coach that wins a national title is trophy worthy.
Well.
I'm an Ohio State fan, but I don't think that statute worthy is in the name for Mr. Ryan Day. It depends on how you.
I'm gonna put the Trustful Urban Meyer Ryan Day power fist pump.
I would like to take a vote or take a census about Ohio State fans. Does Ryan Day deserve a trophy because he won a national championship game? I, as a Buckeyes fan, would say no because we still lost to Michigan that same year. If Ohio State would have won 16-0 or 15, it would have been 16-0 because we did not have a bye last season in the playoffs. If we would have won 16-0, then possibly, but no, one of our 2 losses came to the U of M.
I guess that's the except. I guess that's fair. If it's a true blue blood, then maybe not. But I think if you're not a consistent Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama that level, then of course.
So when Michigan went undefeated, won the championship, they defeated Ohio State, and you want Harbaugh to have a trophy. If he would have lost to Ohio State, you guys would have went. What was your record? 14-0, 16-0?
They were 15.
15. So if they would have won 14-1, would Harbaugh still would have been statue worthy?
If I was a Buckeyes fan, I wouldn't give one to Ryan Day. It'd be hard to give one to Jim Harbaugh if he was like 1-8 against Ohio State and lost, like that big game. And so, yeah, maybe hard to have the coach have a losing record against your biggest rival and still get a statue.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Like I said, but we got to talk about Mr. Kurt Cinetti, who said, what type of beer does he want to have after winning a national championship? Funny enough, like I said, he never smiled once. There's the only time he ever smiled. It's when he won a national championship. So we figured I'd send this clip right over here.
Hoosier beer from Upland Brewery. Okay. Big brewery in Bloomington, Indiana. Throw a little bouquet out to them. Yeah, absolutely. It was the best beer I've ever had in my life and made me want to have another.
Nice.
Oh.
That company or that brewery is going to should get a little uptick in business. A little shout out there. Good job, Signetti.
I mean, I'll definitely.
I bet whenever he goes to that brewery, he's going to get free beer for the rest of his life.
He's going to get beer. I mean, let's be honest. Mendoza and Kurt Cinetti will get free meals in Indiana Hoosier land for the rest of their lives. They are pretty much gods at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's what amazes me. Like, you have celebrities, whether they're athletes or movie actors or actresses. It's like they get free meals at restaurants. But it's like they're worth millions and millions of dollars. They can afford a meal like that, but that's a different conversation.
I mean, if you're a Hoosier fan,
well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, Signetti, he's a multimillionaire, I'm sure, based on whatever his contract is. Mendoza, he'll be a multimillionaire when he gets in, if he's not already with the NIL. But if he's not right now, he will be in the NFL. But my point was, you have Signetti, multimillionaire, Mendoza, future multimillionaire, if he's not one already. And if they're gonna get free meals all over the Bloomington, Indiana area, it's like, why? They can afford meals, but yeah, like I said, that's a different topic of conversation.
But like I said, I will say it. This game, this is the only one that was very close back to the Hoosier game. I felt like, it was dominant the first half, and they got close a little bit. But like I said, they still kept that defense running. They felt like this is a good one. Honestly, this is a good question. I should ask this, Douglas. Who do you think would win if there was a head-to-head? This Indiana Hoosiers this year, or 2 years ago, Michigan Wolverines, 2023 national champion?
Oh, of course, the Michigan Wolverines do.
Boo! I would go to Hoosiers.
Of course you will do. I'll say you're just as biased in the other way too. And do you know what else Ohio State fans say? The 2025 Ohio State team would have beat the 2024 Michigan team. Really, the one that lost both times to both teams? Like, that's how delusional Buckeyes fans can be, Stu. You guys think that you would have beat the national championship team that you couldn't beat the year before? Get out of here.
I never said that. I want to stand up to my own.
Never said that, but
for myself.
We still beat you in the flakes. I'm just saying.
Sir, don't say we, because don't include me in any of your opinions here or any of what you're saying.
I got into that football game. I was like, go.
But honestly, Stu, I think it's hard to say because I think obviously Indiana probably has the better quarterback. JJ's still working out some kinks. Yeah. Oh, but so it's hard to say because Michigan's defense was elite. Indiana was amazing both offensively and defensively. They, when they needed to play on defense, they got it. Mendoza made every play that they needed. They were just a special team that always seemed to have that play. But so did Michigan. They needed a crazy play against Alabama to send the game to overtime, and they got a tip pass, and this happened. And so both teams had special seasons. It's hard to compare, and I don't know.
It's been good. You know what? I think this has honestly been, like I said, successful season for the Hoosiers. Greatest football program of all time. Hell, even if they won a bowl game, this would have been a successful season for the Hoosiers.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to literally be number one.
Just simply making the playoffs is a success.
Yeah, twice in the playoffs, twice right over there. They have been amazing. I am proud for the Hoosiers right there. This is probably going to be Hoosiers generation after generation. We'll see how the Hoosier future goes, even if they never make it this high to the mountaintop. Future generation is going to be I remember when we were dog shit, and you know what? I remember when we went 16-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
First time.
two words to describe this Indiana Hoosiers run in this 2025 season. Two words: complete domination. I mean, 16-0 in the regular season. I know they played 3 ranked teams, so there might have been some people out there. Oh, a cupcake schedule. They beat at the time number 9 ranked Illinois 63-10, so they won by 53. Then at the time you beat number 3 Oregon, but it was in Eugene, Oregon. You won 30-20 an away game, so by double digits. That's impressive. Then you beat Ohio State 13-10 in the Big Ten championship game, and then
that was their only 2.
Yeah, like complete domination in the postseason. We're talking about the college football playoffs. They won 38-3. They won by 35 points. They beat Alabama, and then they beat Oregon again, 56-22. They won by 34, and then they won by 6 in the championship game. So yeah, complete domination.
I mean, I think this is the most, or I guess I'll say the least controversial national champion that we probably have had in. I couldn't tell you one, maybe ever. Like, I don't know that I've ever looked at a team and said, I mean, well, there obviously have been teams like the 2019 LSU team, 2020 Bama. Those teams are just so unbelievably good. But this team is on that par where it's like there's no doubt in any way that you could possibly slice where Indiana was not the best football team this year. And that's a pretty cool thing to say for them, Like they beat everybody that they played convincingly. They beat, the defending national champs in Ohio State. They won their conference. They won every single game by a lot. They blew out Alabama.
Blew out Oregon.
They left no doubt about it. They blew out Oregon in Eugene and on a neutral site. They left no doubts.
Yeah, they've literally shown we are the big dogs now.
Speaking about no doubts, Pat McAfee had no doubts in for Hoosier territory. They had them beating Alabama in round 2 of the playoffs. They had them beating Oregon, or they meaning Pat McAfee had them beating Oregon, and then Pat McAfee only ESPN analyst to pick them beating the Hurricanes. So yeah, Pat was strong in his decisions, and hats off to him, and very confident in the Hoosiers.
Yeah, and I will say, Paul Feinberg is probably crying in his mansion right now, being like, SEC can't do anything. Remember when Paul Feinberg said Indiana is a joke of a program? 5 wins doesn't matter.
I mean, at that time, I would consider you said 5 wins. So what, they were 3-9 2 years ago. So 5 wins. I'm guessing that was 4 or 5 seasons ago. Yeah, I would say Indiana's a joke. I mean, I think I mentioned
that can still be a true statement.
Right.
But do you remember when Paul Feinberg basically said that why is the media talking about Indiana? This team is irrelevant.
When did he say that?
In November.
Oh, did he? Okay, wow.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he also hated on Michigan for about 10 years straight. So,
dang, seems like he's anti-Big Ten.
Well, I mean, he's employed by the SEC or by ESPN, who owns the SEC basically with the SEC network and everything. So, he's paid to try to say the SEC is better, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I will say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I had one more random thought too. You were showing Curt Cignetti smiling after they won, and it was really giving me Kobe Bryant throwbacks when he's just like, job wasn't finished. It's all the way up until then, he didn't let off a single time until they absolutely won the national title before he let out a smile. And that's Kobe Bryant, locked in, Mamba mentality stuff.
There were some memes where it was and gifs where Curt Cignetti beating another team by 40 points. Still look pissed.
Well, and those are usually the coaches that do really well because they see the small things that will, become bigger things, and those things that they can still clean up. So very detail-oriented approach.
Yeah, I mean, good for, what, like I said, we'll see. I wonder if Curt Cignetti's going to be the next, if you can think about it, Nick Saban in the 2020s. I mean, he is 62 years old. We'll see how many years left Cignetti will have. With being
I was going to say, he's not. I mean, he's not just going to go undefeated every year either. I mean, let's not act like he's literally Nick Saban. I mean, it was an amazing season, but in this new era of NIL and everything else, there's might be another different Indiana next year. Maybe an SMU who puts a ton of money in. Maybe a Texas A&M, a Texas Tech. These Texas schools want a championship bad. There's 4 Texas schools that are, among probably the best, maybe 15 teams in the country for next year. And that's pretty crazy. So it's like, appreciate this one, Indiana, because, you never know, like, when these time opportunities come. Because, I mean, it's amazing, but don't expect a dynasty. Like, be happy with this one. Like, you can't go into next year now being disappointed if you don't go back to back. Like, appreciate this for what it was. And if you guys win it again, cool. But I mean, you also still have Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, like all these other teams in your own conference that are genuine national championship contenders next year.
I mean, us as you as a Michigan fan, us as Ohio State fan, we've never had back-to-back championships. It's just like one, and then it's like, we never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You got to appreciate them when they happen. I mean, I still remember the Pistons winning a championship when I was like 9-10 years old. Like, these will be amazing memories, but don't then get super disappointed if you don't go 16-0 next year after replacing your Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
I mean, it took us a decade. I mean, Douglas, it took you 27 years until you won a national until that one. I mean,
they don't come easy. I mean, there's 130 schools that are all trying for the same prize.
Well, I mean, let's put like 40.
Well, I'm obviously still. I'm not literally saying like Kent State's going to win it, but I'm saying like going into the season. I mean, going into every season, there's probably 30 teams that are like, why not me this year though?
Yeah. So you're saying 2027 Kent State national champions?
I would not put any money on that at all, Stu. That is not even worth a dollar bet.
This is not for the U for the Hurricanes. This is the U for UMass. Let's go.
UMass is going to do it next year. They went 0-12. They're going 16-0 next year.
I mean, hey, you never know.
You never know indeed in this one. But I should ask, gentlemen, before we go out, I should probably ask, and this is kind of a good idea, what do you think we need improvements for the college team playoffs right here? We still have 12.
Man, we could do 2 hours of this, and I'm not going to talk around for this. Yeah, there's a lot of improvements that should happen, but we're not on the committee.
What's the thing you did like? I should say.
What?
What's the things you did like the improvements this year versus last year? I can say.
Were there any improvements from this year compared to last year?
The one I do like is they gave the top 4 the buys instead of last year.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Of course, it's something else that like bounced towards Ohio State. And it's just like I don't know. I kind of like the conference champions more because I mean I would rather see like a Boise State hosting a playoff game against like a Notre Dame than like I don't know. Like those first rounds are never competitive. Like I don't. Honestly, like I would rather see the worst team get the home field advantage or something to make them at least worth watching. Because I don't want to watch, a team win by 40 at home. Like, cool, I could watch that September through November already. Why do I care about now doing it because it's slightly higher stakes when I know the results are going to be the same?
So you want Oregon to go to James Madison?
Exactly. Like, give me something like that. Like, I would prefer that because then at least it's like they have to go, like, they get home field advantage and like seeing James Madison go to Oregon, you're like, yep, this isn't even worth turning on half the time because the game's over by halftime.
I'll be honest. I was like halfway watching that game and I was like, well, okay, I know what the score is. This game is basically that's the worst type of football game for me is the blowouts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And like the college football playoff is filled with them in the current format, unfortunately, which is not fun.
It is not fun. I mean, granted, we'll see. I mean, maybe we'll live in a world where we can expand to 16 or 24, whatever, or hell, even 32.
No. We already have we have enough blowouts. Like, what are 32 going to do? Like, I'm not going to watch those games personally. Like, I don't care to see. Let's go see Ohio State versus Troy. Yay! Like, what do I care?
I'll say one thing before we hop off is if we have a 32 team bracket, it would make some of the bowl games more interesting. I forgot what bowl game I was watching, but I was like, man, there's like no fans in the stands, and like obviously when you have a running back or a wide receiver getting a touchdown and they want to get hyped up and they want to hype the crowd up, they're doing the celebrations after the touchdown, but like you're looking around, there's no one in the stands to like help celebrate him with. So it's like maybe a 32 team playoff bracket would help get more fans in the stands, but I don't think TVs like ESPN, ABC, those stations, They're not worried about how many people are in the stands. They're just worried about how many people are watching it from.
Why not 128 team playoff, gentlemen? Why stop there? Why not just have every single team in college football in the playoff?
Right, Indiana versus Kent State. Let's go.
Versus let's see who wins.
Elimination start in September. You lose your first game, season's done. You just keep playing.
Yeah, honestly, wouldn't it be hilarious? Hoosiers versus UMass at UMass.
No, that'd be terrible.
I'd be in UMass though.
Well,
I want to see that.
Would they be more Hoosiers or UMass fans?
Well, if it's in UMass, probably more UMass fans. But
what?
There should be no reason if that were ever a reason for that to happen in a playoff format. There'd be no reason that the game would be in Massachusetts. But nonetheless,
I would laugh that Hoosiers next year. It should be UMass versus Indiana at UMass.
All right. Well, enough of this talk that will never happen.
Anyway, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts on this game?
Complete domination. Good job, Hoosiers.
Good job, Hoosiers, right over here. Good job. I mean, Douglas, you have any final thoughts?
I mean, just what I was saying. Just enjoy this one. Don't start looking towards the future. Like, amazing season, and you deserve it. Good job, Indiana. 16-0 means undisputed. 15-0 means undisputed.
And also, like, random tangent, I totally forgot. It was like in the podcast with Squid Hard and Red. They're all like, every other team's like, wait a minute, Indiana can do it. Other schools can do it. I'm like, this is like a once in a lifetime. I feel like football. I don't think it's gonna.
But I also think though too, in a way, Cignetti showed like a little bit of a recipe, because I mean, it's not like what he did was absolutely amazing, but he also showed like a very solid way, because he's getting a bunch of he has a recipe. It's called production over like potential, I think is what they called it, where it's like he is taking dudes that produce at high levels, and who would have thought those dudes can play good football at a different level?
It's crazy. I mean,
it is possible that somebody else could replicate this and like do the right mix of NIL deals and recruit. Because I mean, it was a bunch of transfer players, so it's like, it's not like he built this culture and like did the, it's like, why can't another school do it?
I mean, it's crazy. Also, 0 5-star recruits, and they still won the national championship. That is crazy. That is a crazy statistical fact, Christopher. Not 1 5-star, and they still won a natty. But but I will say it. Next year, UMass national champions. UMass versus Akron.
Stuart, we know how your predictions go, because you always say the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl, but
Super Bowl for the Cowboys. Let's go. Raymond Dakota Prescott's going to do it. But anyway, gentlemen, that is pretty much it for this week's podcast. Next week, we're going to have the Contender Series. So we'll send that on Wednesday. We'll upload that one on next Wednesday, where we'll talk about the two teams that make it to the Super Bowl. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be interesting. It might be a little bit of pain for me, because I'll probably have to do like 4 or 5 hours straight of just like getting all that shit done. But I will get it all done, and we'll get ready.
All right.
So as always, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gator. So as always, take care. Bye-bye.